second, guys. I've been drinking. Did you spend the weekend text vomiting to the ex? Call someone who at least pretends to care at 270-681-CALL. That's 270-681-2529. And please respect the fact that we were raised by carnies.
I don't know. Whatever that thing was that we just experienced, that some people call a weekend.
I'm 6.
Yeah, this I know.
Cut Nachos off. His is still alive.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we call what a weekend. That was a 3-day.
That's exactly what we call it. What a weekend.
That was a 3-day extravaganza of complete disaster.
Yeah, my madness started on Friday. And I just want to briefly just say thanks to DJ Davey D. Frank Turner was awesome.
DJ Davey
Went to the some record store appearance.
The Troubadour.
Yeah, the Troubadour Frank Turner. Killer show, and that show that night was awesome. But the weekend didn't really get out of hand. Oh, by the way, before we get into that, guess who doesn't have a WGLS show anymore?
Christopher Robin Douglas.
Yeah.
CRD.
I got that email yesterday. Apparently,
why would you not think you made a Black Friday joke about Janet Jackson on a 1 to 3 radio shift on a top 40 station? Wow, shocker. Why didn't you just
really? Is it that bad? You can't make fun of Janet Jackson
on a college? Well, we can, but you can't do it when somebody else is listening. We're lucky it's only Chuck and Tara. We can get away with all the racist jokes we want.
All the Chucks and Taras.
Yeah, but you got 1,200, 1,400 listeners on the WGL show. You can't be making racist jokes. What's the matter with you?
It wasn't a racist joke.
Black Friday, Janet Jackson, seriously?
That's not racist.
Well, if you say black and Janet Jackson in the same sentence, that's racist.
Look, if anyone that was listening to the show, knowing it was Black Friday, if I just say it's Black Friday and our featured artist is Janet Jackson, everyone's already making that joke in their head.
Well, you can't say it. FCC says you can't make that accusation.
The FCC says that?
Because they're not even sure that she's black.
I didn't even know they got involved.
All you're doing is creating more work for the FCC. Now they have to investigate the fact, is Janet Jackson black?
Is Janet Jackson black?
You might call a lawyer and you can appeal that. You could be back on WGLS next Friday. And who knows, you might luck out and get Hootie.
Oh, my goodness.
Darius Rucker. We all know he's not black.
Well, it doesn't matter. The reality is that there's no more WGLS. So like Brian said, now I can concentrate fully on this one, where we can make all the Janet Jackson jokes we wish.
Absolutely.
So Sunday's festivities. Obviously, we went and saw NOFX, which was fantastic.
20-year anniversary.
Yeah, and it was the all-out punker party. I mean, it got a little nutty.
It got kind of too punk.
It got a little nutty. I was a little worried going into Philly because we've heard all this knockout business where apparently white people, it's a new game to punch white people.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't know that
it's
ever.
Fantastic.
I didn't know that game ever ended. Yeah. But apparently it's got a new name.
My cousin was great at that in middle school, and it wasn't even a knockout game. It was just randomly hit people and we all laugh. But we didn't cut it down to the knockout game.
Yeah, well apparently, Brian, what are you doing? Are you trying to fly or something? No.
He's trying to co-executive produce.
What is all the arm flapping?
I know.
You can talk to us.
Apparently,
what do you want?
Well, the recording.
What did I say about grabbing the mic and talk into it if you're going to talk?
Is my mic on?
Yes, your mic's on.
All right, the news. Play the recording of the news about the sucker punches.
Oh, really, dummy?
Yes.
You didn't?
Yeah.
Because we didn't spend 10 minutes pulling all the audio before we started recording.
As a co-executive producer, I'm making sure.
Setting this bit up. We're setting this bit up, and Brian.
Making sure. Can we please have Brian come in and tell us when to play everything? Why don't we set this up, Brian? I'll give you a list, and you can interrupt every conversation.
Yeah, and tell us where the show is going.
And you can tell us what to play.
Good night.
All right.
Sign language.
Here you go, Brian.
Brian, this is for you.
This is for you, Nacho. A dedication.
You better hope we have enough time in the show, Brian, to discuss your
beat you up.
Yeah.
TV 11 News. Wow.
Well, people all over the country have fallen victim to the so-called knockout game. It's where attackers go up to strangers and then sucker punch them, basically.
Why are they saying attackers? We know who's playing the knockout game. This is not. It's not a guess who.
Okay, they're attackers.
Yeah, exactly.
But is there a spot that's checked that on any kind of resume? White, black, attacker?
Yeah, Hispanic, attacker.
Whatever.
Degree karate black belt and is teaching fellow Jews how to defend themselves.
Fellow Jews.
I think she means attacker belt. Attacker belt.
All of them have been targeted by thugs. He says members of his community need to better protect
Janet
themselves.
Jackson.
Rabbi Moskowitz told the New York Post
He's Jackson.
when he became a cop back in 1982, he earned the name Rambowitz for his.
Wait a second. Is that why you sent this to me?
Rambo with.
We have a Jewish superhero?
Dude, he's gonna
And
solve this
he's
problem.
battling off the attackers that are randomly punching white people in the city.
He's showing Jews how to hip toss black kids on the street. That's all he's doing. How to hip toss them. Here's all you do is you go ooh, and they go over.
Does he have a camouflage yarmulke?
Stole that joke. No, but he's going around telling the fellow Jews, you heard him, Rambowitz, without a knife. No stitching unit, no nothing, no fishing hook. He's out there just tossing young black kids around up in North Baltimore, all over the place.
Is he painted just like the graffiti on the wall, so you don't see him until he opens his eyes?
Until he takes his yarmulke off. His yarmulke's got graffiti on it.
He swings down from a pair of tennis shoes on an electric wire.
Absolutely.
Just one bottle of cologne.
Well, just one bottle of easy killer.
Yeah, nice job with that audio, Brian.
Yeah. Wait, cut that shit up. It's called an editing program.
We were a little bit nervous. I mean, I don't know. I don't like just hanging out in the city at night. And then you tell me that knockout's going on. And I don't know what round we're in of knockouts. I don't know. Maybe it's like the bonus round.
It's an age group.
Yeah, maybe we're down to like the 4 finalists and they're going to be going nuts on a Saturday night or a Sunday night.
How does that start out, Chris? Does it start out as a game? You go, okay, well, let's start with the elderly because that's easy. Let's work our way down to somebody who might fight back.
Well,
so
you know,
where am I at?
I
I'm older
totally
than
agree
you.
with you.
I'm in the middle.
If I'm playing that game, I'm hitting all elderly. Because honestly, and I would never play that game, but I'm just saying, I'm not taking any chance that if I run up and punch you that you're going to chase me because I'm only good to run for about a block.
Block?
Yeah.
I'm only good to not run. I would potato bug like a motherfucker. I just roll lay there. They kick me. I've seen these thugs fight. They're the worst fighters ever. 6 of them, 7 of them will be kicking somebody, and then they'll roll out when the cops come, and the guy goes, I don't know what happened, but can I leave? And are you okay? He goes, yeah, I'm all right. And it happened to me. I seen it. I got jumped by 3 black guys in high school. They held me against the locker. The one guy wanted to punch me because I made fun of him because he wore he was a 6'2" guy wearing a medium-sized Russell T-shirt. And I said, dude, seriously, you're an extra large at best. And they held me in the locker, and the guy tried to punch me, and I turned my head, and he punched the other guy. And they got into a fight, and I literally walked away. I just rolled out like, really? Is that easy?
Yeah, my getting beaten up in high school experience was exactly the opposite. The skinheads used to beat me up for acting black.
and skateboarding.
Yeah, and skateboarding.
They hated you because he's skateboarding. He's got punk stickers on his skateboard, and yet he's listening to Public Enemy. He's a DJ.
But hey, speaking of running blocks, we definitely covered at least 1.5 miles just looking for a bar in Chinatown. This hotel that HUD booked us, and really, our producer is just killing us with the bookings. This hotel did not validate parking.
Or did it have parking?
I mean,
It couldn't validate parking because it didn't have anywhere to park near it.
Me and Dave went to see Frank Turner. We stayed at a Ramada, and they validated parking. I mean, how low on the hotel?
Well, Chris, honestly, when we stayed at this hotel,
Food
it was called the Days Inn, and when we left out of there, how many days was it away from it being open?
Well,
It was
exactly.
They were putting in elevators when we were staying there.
They called me ahead of time to make sure it was okay that they wouldn't have elevators.
Yeah.
And I said, I guess it's okay. What floor are we on? And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, well, then how am I supposed to answer that question? Am I on the 18th floor of the Days Inn? Because I might want an elevator. That might matter.
I went downstairs to, I don't know, see whatever I can stir up. And I saw these guys. They had all the doors open, the front doors, back doors. It was cold. It was cold down in there.
Oh my gosh, it was freezing.
Yeah, and they're
Plywood on the floor.
Have you ever seen union workers actually try to put together a game plan? They bring all the stuff in, they look at it, and they're all standing around scratching their head, and they go, "Well, what do you think? Well, what do you think?" Nobody thinks anything. Nobody's getting anything done. They're just sitting around.
They're
what
making
do you
chalk
think?
drawings.
And meanwhile, the people that spent $140 or staying in this hotel, they're walking down in their pajamas, freezing their ass off because they got the north door open and the south door open, and it's 30 degrees in Philadelphia.
Yeah, exactly. And they had one ice machine in the basement. Like, really, what hotel has one ice machine in the basement?
It was the sink. You go down to the basement sink and you just
It was frozen.
Yeah.
Just chisel the ice off the dripping faucet down in the laundry room.
This was the worst
Put your
days
beer in
ever.
that.
And here's the reason why it's the worst days ever. Because they were right a block away from Chinatown. Correct?
Yeah. Well,
Chinatown.
we're basically in Chinatown.
They were in Chinatown.
And Chinatown is a barless. I will never go to China now because I'm convinced there's not a single bar in China. We were walking through Chinatown, tons of restaurants. Apparently they do nothing but eat, but I didn't see a bar in any of them.
Yeah. They were, the restaurants were so close together that you couldn't even fit two people side by side. It was butt funnel restaurants.
Yeah.
And nobody you had to sit down at the table to get a beer. There was no bars in there. But we've met some fine Chinese women.
Women.
I mean, well,
I think they were all of 20 years old, maybe.
they're going to be women.
Yeah.
They were nice.
Yeah, they were nice. They did try to help us out. They almost conquered the language barrier.
Yeah.
And we almost
My
figured out where we
language
were
barrier.
going. But you called that, and I got to give you some credit because when we were sitting at the corner pre-gaming before we went into the city, when you saw the hotel we were staying in, you said, "Wait a minute. They're not going to validate parking. It's a days in," and you immediately called the co-executive producer, and you were very upset. You had him book us a room at the Hilton.
The Hilton, absolutely.
Which had free parking.
Free porn.
Yeah, and that would have really worked out.
And
I don't know how the porn would have worked out because there was 3 dudes in the room.
Well, there wasn't 3 dudes in the room. There was me, a dude, there was you, and then was that other guy that hung out with us. I'm going to need DNA testing on this. Brian, can you get on that? Can you? Hey, don't even talk about it. Don't try it. Can you Wikipedia Hudson Finlaw and see if he is a male or a woman?
But you came up with one of the greatest ideas when we were sitting at the corner because you were so upset with HUD that you decided that maybe Brian was doing such a good job finding us hotels and everything in the last minute. You said maybe we should just have Brian fire HUD. But we know that Brian can't really do anything without a script. Brian, I mean, we love you, Brian, but you're not,
well-written script at that.
You're not big on thinking on your feet. So we didn't have time to write a script for Brian to call and fire HUD with. So we just used the Tom Myers script,
completely with the extra stuff.
Yeah, we just used the Tom Myers script, the same script that Brian used to book Tom Myers on the show. We figured might work for firing HUD.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not called dead air.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's not the sound of Doug Willig tuning out. Or Davey D fast forwarding to see what else happens.
Brian, can you pull your script?
Yeah, Brian. Do you remember what you said?
God.
You know what? Maybe it's best that he does it off the top of his head right
here we
now.
go, here we
Anyway.
go.
Hey, Brian, we're going to recreate.
There he is.
Is it?
Relating his message to HUD.
Yeah, first off, HUD didn't answer the phone because HUD was, busy working.
We respect the fact that you're a gypsy and you worked as a carny and you were raped by your father.
Nice laugh.
We don't feel sorry for you. And we think your story sucks. You're fired, dude. This is the co-executive producer, Brian Rolfs, a.k.a. Nacho. Yeah, dude, just wrap it up.
Just wrap it
He
up.
definitely ad-libbed a little bit.
A little bit too much.
He got a little confident near the end. I don't know if I like confident Brian.
Because you can fire somebody over the phone. It's easy confidence.
Yeah, I know. If Hud was sitting in front of him, he would never be like, "This is the co-producer."
He wouldn't say, "Wrap it up, dude."
Brian Ross, a.k.a. Nacho.
AKA. Good Lord.
So,
Yeah,
after our amazing adventures in Chinatown, we eventually found...
Well, hang on. How about where Nacho booked us at?
Well, Nacho, we ended up not going there because it was so far away.
We needed a cab.
Yeah.
We needed a cab to get to the airport and take the
needed-
flight into Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And he said, "How about?" He goes, "I found it for you."
Yeah,
Tom and Jerry's. Tom and Jerry's. I go, "Yeah, I googled it. It's half an hour past the airport."
Yeah, and it is kind of amazing because we go back and forth. Team Hud, Team Nacho. We literally we were upset with Hud. We were like, "Oh, Nacho got us a Hilton, and we're gonna stay at the Hilton, and the parking's free." And then we realized the Hilton is 2 hours away from the venue, so we can't take a cab to the venue. So it's back to the days
Team
in.
Hud?
Yeah, it's back to the what day is it in?
Dude, you got the cab rides and stuff.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm getting to that because we
Couldn't
obviously-
walk anywhere.
We
and we're
walked
white
around
guys.
Chinatown.
I'm not walking around Chinatown by myself.
We finally found a bar called the Field House. We
Two gay guys with me, or at least I think one of them's gay.
We finally regrouped, and then we called a cab to go in.
We called a cab, all right.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, it's safe to say. I mean, we took 2 cabs that night. But there was one point where he called Hudson was trying to pay for the cab that one time, and he said, "You drunk too much. You drunk too much."
It was Hudson, not me, right?
No, it was Hudson. Although you had drank too much apparently, because when we got out of the cab, and I immediately found a place to go into to sit because they weren't going to let us into the venue yet. And then you and Hudson come running in. And you were like, "Oh, you just missed NOFX."
No, you just missed Fat Mike and Melvin.
Oh, it was just Fat Mike and Melvin?
Yeah, they walked right out in front of the venue. We were at a bar. It was open air bar, Doug. Open air bar. And the venue had a line of guys that were gathering around. Well, these 2 guys walked out. One with a blue mohawk and a blue and white striped rugby shirt. And Melvin with long hair. Nobody noticed him. And I said to Hud, I'm not the greatest fan of these guys, but isn't that Fat Mike and Melvin? And he looked at him and goes, "Yeah." And Chris is in there schmoozing with some jabroni punk guys drinking Pat's Blue Ribbon. Take my breath away. And me and Hudson decided to chase Fat Mike and Melvin down Tattoo Row on
How did that work out for you?
Well, I mugged Hud.
You mugged Hud?
Yeah, because there was a street light out and Hud was looking in the window and I clobbered him from the back and I grabbed his wallet. And I gave it back to him at the top of the block, and we swear we wouldn't talk about this again. But he's so easy. There was nobody on the block. Nobody saw. But how about that, Chris? If you're standing out front of a punk show, one of the bands having a 20-year reunion, and you're like, "Dude, I'm so stoked," and then just walk out in front of the venue, and everybody's still smoking a cigarette, going talking about, "Yeah, how I almost got laid last night. I finger banged some broad," and then you go, "Yeah, where'd you get that tattoo at? Yeah, it's right over here." Nobody caught on to that. Is that really a punk fan?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There wasn't that many people out there, first of all. There wasn't that many people out there. I wouldn't have bothered them.
I would have.
I wouldn't have bothered them. They're trying to go get a drink before the show. What are you going to do? I always feel like such a homo if I go up to one of these. I know you like getting people's autographs all the time and stuff. That's not my thing. Yeah, that's not my thing. I don't like to ask people for that stuff. It just seems weird.
Yeah.
So I mean, if I see somebody, I was like, "Oh, cool. I saw them. That's it."
Yeah,
That's
but
the end of it.
I wanted to let him know that, hey, I was a fan. Hey, it'd be really cool to get a picture. That'd be great.
And by the way, that punk dude I was talking to in the bar that was drinking the Paps, he might as well have been Nostradamus because he totally called that you were not going to make it through the night. Well, and he met you for 5 minutes.
Well,
and he said that guy is not going to make it through the show. Yeah.
I told the guy that I was going to Jimmy Superfly Snuckle off of the railing onto the soundboard.
No.
And I said I was gonna pour beer into the soundboard somehow and fuck the show up. And the guy was like, "No, you're not." I go, "Yes, I am."
Yes, and he kept that gimmick going on after we got seats directly behind the soundboard.
Behind the soundboard.
But wait. We're getting a little ahead of ourselves here because me and Hud made it in no problem. And for some reason, it took you like 20 minutes to get inside the venue.
Man, I carry my own cup. What can I tell you?
Yeah, and Chad does always carry his own cup, and he always drinks out of his own
My
cup.
own cup.
And what I always tell, and the real reason he does it is so he can walk out of the bar with a beer.
Absolutely.
But I
And
always
walk down the street with a beer.
I always tell the bartenders and stuff to disarm them about it. I tell them, I say, hey, the guy's got OCD, cut him a break. He can't drink out of your cups. And usually that works. It's not a big deal. But apparently Chad...
It was a big deal.
Yeah, you're not allowed to drink on the streets.
No, man. No, here's what happened.
In Philadelphia, unless you're an attacker.
You can. I had a beer huggy, a cup, a 24-ounce cup, drinking beer. When I got to the venue, the problem was when the guy saw my cup, I said, hey, man, look, it's my own cup. And you said, he's OCD. But what had happened was I still had like a half a drink of backwash in the bottom, and I dumped it onto the floor, and the guy looked at me and said, like, oh, you're going to clean this up. And he goes, you step aside and over here. And I said, well, no big deal. Give me a mop. Give me a
Yeah, because there wasn't going to be a ridiculous amount of beer spilt on the floor that night. Not to mention they were throwing beers as soon as NOFX came on.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of guilty of that. I mean, I didn't know. As long as you say they were throwing beers, I'm fine with that.
No, there was plenty of people throwing beers.
Well, as long as you didn't say that it was just me.
No, it wasn't just you.
Right.
You were never even on the floor.
Well, you don't know what I did. Matter of fact, I'm not even quite sure what I did. I know I invented the VIP section.
Yes, you did, and that was great. So we get in there, and Chad realizes pretty quickly that the people with the best seats are in wheelchairs. So he goes and he buddies up with a guy on crutches. And
Just with the guy on wheelchairs.
Yeah, and on the other side of us was a guy who was obviously like a paraplegic.
Dude,
or something.
he had, you know what? He had one of them hoses you put in an aquarium, hooked up to his face, and he didn't he? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was breathing through like an aqua pump. And yeah, he was only like 2 weeks away from being in a bubble, and he had some punk rock girl with him.
I know, and she wasn't bad looking.
Well, she wasn't the best, but I get it.
No,
I
yeah.
get it. And I tried to talk to her. She wouldn't have anything up. But I'm thinking, this guy, he's getting so much money for being a guy.
Well, she obviously likes quiet guys. Like, she definitely would not be into you.
Well, I just wanted somebody to be punk rock with. Cause I saw what Hudson did, so I figured I could pull
Well, hey, I felt the same way. I was feeling the energy of the show. I wanted to be part of it. So the implants were playing, and I saw there was no pit. And these guys got a great single that I hear all the time on satellite. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go give them some props. And I went down there, and I was screaming and yelling, and they even said, you guys need to be more like that guy. And that's when I got a big head, and I decided I was just gonna start the pit. I just pushed the biggest guy I saw. He fell into like 4 people, and the pit started. And Hudson actually got a little caught up in the pit. I never thought that Hud would mosh. He did not strike me as a mosher.
Well, Hudson?
Yeah.
Well, you saw the way he moshed and who he moshed. The cerebral palsy woman in the wheelchair.
Well, yeah, what actually happened was...
The crippled woman.
The funny thing, okay, the pit goes in a circle. And so there was one girl. That was
the one girl.
There was one girl, and you sort of you pick and choose. Me and Hub were on the outskirts, so you pick and choose who you're going to attack. So I'm pushing guys. I'm avoiding the girl. I'm thinking, I better not push the girl.
She was on crutches and she was pregnant and she had cerebral palsy.
Hud turns around. And the first person he pushes is the girl, and she immediately falls on her back and slides across the floor.
And the janitor came and swept her up in that little broom thing. Yeah. Just said, I was sorry.
It looked like a scene from The Burning Bed.
Maybe that was the person that was left behind that alleyway that was blind and handicapped because she was so punk for the ambulance.
She may have had a concussion.
Yeah, maybe.
So that's when I decided that I'm going to walk away from Hud slowly, and I got out of the crowd. I went back up to the handicap section where we were all hanging out, and that's when you told me that you had got into the VIP section, which I'm not sure what that was.
I made the VIP section.
Yeah.
I went upstairs. They were opening the upstairs bar, and this is where it starts to play out.
It starts to go sour.
Oh, sour. I asked for an IPA, and I started getting these IPAs. They were $12 a pop. And I'm drinking them, and this guy says, hey, this is the VIP section. And I said, yeah, no, that's why I'm here. And the guy goes, okay, well, you're the first one to arrive for the party.
That's why you had that extra stamp. Like, you got
That's
some
right.
weird stamp.
Right, because I was the first one to arrive to the party because I was VIP. So I actually set the seats up with the guy upstairs in the VIP section, and I only put like 6 seats up. And the guy was like, okay, well, I said, well, I'm expecting a party.
Do VIPs usually help set up?
Well, I was in.
But you're a man of the people.
The guy gave me a stamp.
Yeah.
The guy gave me the stamp that I can come and go as I wanted.
Yeah.
And they had benefits. They had,
And apparently bring people, because you were able to take me up there.
well, you know, I was VIP. You know, it's not every day you get to be VIP, but I was VIP downstairs. My view from downstairs was phenomenal. Our view from downstairs was great.
Yeah, it was actually, I thought it was better, but what was so VIP? Was it better beer, better food? What was going on up there?
No, I think somebody had blow.
That's what made it VIP.
Yeah, I think the guy thought that it was me that was setting it up for all the things, for all the people that didn't have blow. He thought I was the blow guy.
I could see that happening. Yeah.
So Chris, all I needed was the stamp. I didn't have to be the blow guy. All I needed was the stamp. I can come and go as I want. I could show anybody in the party where the bathroom was. I don't know who the blow guy is.
Right this way.
Here's the bathroom. And then then my stomach started to take a little bit of a sour.
Yeah. What? You think that's because you really didn't eat?
No, I never eat.
Yeah, you
That's
really didn't eat on Sunday.
That's part of being an alcoholic. Alcoholics don't eat, right, Doug? And well, I clean beer lines, and I know a good beer. I drank this beer. This girl told me it was so great. Blah blah blah. 8.3. Oh man, it's great. 3, 4, 5 beers in, I started getting them rumbling. And
so you actually had to shit
I had
at a crowded ass concert.
I
That's
thought we already
the worst.
I thought we already had this talk. I had the shit, but I was in the VIP section, and I didn't know where the VIP section was. So
No one wants to do blow off the toilet you just exploded all over.
Why did they want to explode on the toilet that I just did blow all over? It's what came first.
The chicken or the egg?
Yeah, the blow or the crap. And I was in the VIP section. We talked about this. I thought I went to the bathroom I was supposed to go in. You know, the crappy punk bathroom, no door stall.
No, you don't understand. There is no bathroom at a concert venue that you're supposed to shit in. None of them are meant for shit. It's in and out. People got to piss like crazy. They got to move them in and out. You don't want to miss. They don't want to miss the show.
I was in the shitter, and I was just doing my.
Did it even have a door?
No, it didn't even have a door.
I don't recall seeing a single stall that had a door.
I saw a girl squat on a urinal next to a guy who was standing there making out with the guy, and I just said, "Listen, I don't have any time for this. I have to get rid of it." And I just came in there, boom, boom, boom.
You ruined everyone's night.
Maybe I was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Maybe
I just can't believe that at that show, at a NOFX show,
punk show,
you were doing the foulest thing in the building.
Crapping.
There were probably people banging heroin in there that were disgusted with you.
I was taking a crap while there was group sex going on, and the black guy.
And you're the pervert.
And the black guy walks in and he kicks open the bathroom door, which now became the stall door, because when he kicked it open, it blocked me in. He unrolled it and said, "Oh, you again?" And I said, "Hey, can you just give me a second?" And he let me do my business, and he grabbed my jacket, and he gave me the "thanks for coming."
Oh, so he actually pulled you off of the toilet and kicked you out.
He pulled me off the toilet, but I said, "Hey, can you just give me a second?" I had about 3 or 4 more wipes left. I mean,
oh my God,
I wasn't done yet. There was no way I was going to be crap hanging on, walking around Philadelphia. I had to say, "Just give me a second. I understand what's going on. Thanks for coming. I get check, please. Do you validate parking? Because I'm staying at the Days Inn."
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, that was tremendous.
Well, we wondered where you went because at that point, me and you had already gone up to the VIP. I went back downstairs. I'm hanging out in the handicap. All of a sudden, you're gone. HUD is totally caught in that pit. When NOFX came on, that pit became a man's pit. That was not a place for anyone.
How funny was it when HUD came back to where we were standing at?
Oh, he was soaking wet.
Wearing a neck brace.
Yeah. And he was soaking wet. He looked like, he just had hepatitis all over him.
I think it was great that he started talking to the two handicapped people next to us about who their lawyer was. Because HUD never brought a neck brace, did he? He just showed up back in the thing with a neck brace on going, hey, handicap guys, who was your lawyer?
He had Sal. Sal's his lawyer.
So, yeah, I mean, he was looking for a scam. Hudson, you got a scam, all right. It's the producer of this radio show.
Well, you know, I really did. I mean, it didn't bother me too bad you got kicked out. I kind of expected it. I was wondering where you were at. And then me and HUD, you know, we leave the show. Great show, incredible show. We leave the show and we head back to the hotel. We deal with the Bangladesh, you know, guy on the way back to the hotel. We get there and you're smoking a cigarette in the non-smoking room with no windows.
Well, to tell you the truth, Chris, we didn't even see the I didn't even see the no smoking sign in the room because beyond all the construction that was going on out front, there was a sign that said this is a non-smoking establishment. And we got to the room, and I didn't see the sign that said you'll be charged $150 if you're caught smoking in the room. I really didn't see it. I was respectful when I got there by not smoking as soon as I walked into the room. I held out as long as I could. And then I decided to call down to the front desk and ask the lady, Amanda, her name was, who I called Tawanda, because
Tamika,
Tawanda. And I said, is it okay if I have my own construction company come and put a window in? And she said, oh, yeah, it's okay.
So you were going to order a window.
Yeah, a $24,000 window in a hotel at the Days Inn in Philadelphia. I was going to have it built in 4 hours. What am I, hotel room rescue?
I was just happy we made it back to the right room because HUD still thought we were staying in 205.
Everybody thought we were staying in 205.
That was the greatest prank of the evening. Everyone that came up, HUD, Adam, as soon as they got to the hotel and called, we said, oh, it's 205. And we were directly across from 205. And there was some poor woman in there trying to sleep. And first HUD shows up and knocks on the door and wakes her up. And then as soon as she tells him wrong room, Adam shows up 2 seconds later.
It was the best because Adam showed up first. Adam just knocked on the door. He's an idiot. Knocked on the door and it was wrong room. Hudson came, no, it was Adam. Adam had the light. I had my auto flash on, and you can see the light shining through the freaking window onto that room. And Adam's knocking on the door, and she goes, I think you should be in another line now.
It's like, hello? I'm in a line. I'm in another line now.
That was the big room. It was like, dude, we're staying in. And then when we checked out, and I saw that thing about the $150 smoking charge, I said, listen, you don't understand. I ain't getting charged with this. Room 205, every room was smoking like a muffler, homie. It came into our room. We had to put a towel up in our room.
What did he keep writing?
Another line now. The smoking line?
You know, this is Brian's way of being involved. All right, we have to talk to him. This is getting ridiculous.
Oh, so we finished the show. We're done with the show.
Oh no, we're so not done. But Brian, really, all the notes, and I appreciate your youthful enthusiasm.
Yeah.
But all the notes and the why am I looking at a clock? I mean, do you not think that that's distracting to us at all? Like when we're trying to have a conversation with each other?
Just a friendly reminder.
A friendly reminder of what?
We have to call Justin, or he has to call Justin.
Who has to call Justin?
The co-executive producer of the Bottom Feeders radio show, who's not doing nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely
yeah,
nothing.
Exactly. That would have been a good thing for him to do. Call Justin.
Oh, yeah.
But instead, he's throwing up note. Well, let me see that note.
Oh, you got his number.
I want to know. Let me see this note. Oh, well, why don't you have his number? That's not our fault.
True.
Another liner now, smoking line. What does that mean?
Another line now when you had to go on a smoking line and a non-smoking line for the show. Or something like that, Chad. I'm going by what you told me.
Airport your girlfriend.
Airport. When your girlfriend...
Dude, that happened on Friday. We're on Sunday.
All right. Well, I'm 2 days late.
What are we... Yeah, you're 2 days late, all right.
Listen, man. This guy being the co-executive producer of the show, I have done more. I want to apply for this job because I have done more to be a co-executive producer than he has done.
What have you done?
What have I done? You told me we were going to have Justin Jones on the show today. And
Yeah.
Brian, if you were the co-executive producer, you would take my phone and you would get a hold of Justin Jones and say, "Hey, look, we're going to call you in a second, or we want you to call this number." I did that. But he does a Facebook thing, and I said, "Brian, hey, review that. Give me a
what is
couple
it?
of ideas."
So what is it that Justin's promoting?
Well, he's got this website on Facebook where he does cool music reviews.
Oh, okay.
It's 2 to 7 minutes.
Are they actually cool?
I thought
is it
some of them
cool
were.
music or is the review
Dude,
cool?
The music was cool. The review was
All right.
severely mediocre.
Brian, pull one of them up for me. What do we got there? Season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Cool music reviews by our head writer, Justin Jones. When was the last time Justin wrote anything for us?
Do you want me to call
Apparently
him?
he's really busy. Oh, you can call him, but I'm just wondering. Apparently he's really busy, but I haven't seen anything in the
he's doing the
bottom
cool-
feeders email box.
He's doing the cool music reviews.
Oh, okay.
And what was the rabbit thing he was doing?
Cat bathroom, huge hit. I love how you make him flail.
Dude. Brian, here, call this number. Tell him to call the number Chris's number in 5 minutes, okay? Co-executive producer.
There we go.
Begging you. Oh, you're calling him.
I'm
No,
calling.
I'm watching cool music reviews.
Hey, man.
I'm really excited.
Can you go in the other room?
Call the show in 5 minutes. This is co-executive
What?
producer for Bottom Feeder Show. You said.
What?
271-618 Claw.
What?
Is that it?
That's the hotline number.
Chris's
What's your
number.
number, bro?
Team HUD.
Team Up. Team Up.
Bring back HUD.
Bring back.
Bring back HUD.
We have
What's
this?
your number, Chris? What's your number?
call Chris. He has
No, not. Tell him to call. What?
Just
You
call
got
Chad.
him on the phone. Put him on hold. We're watching the music review.
We're watching a music video. We're gonna put you on hold. We'll be right back
God,
to you in a
dude.
second.
Shit.
No, what's that?
It's like you're bringing the show to a screeching halt, Brian.
Yeah. I don't know. Give me that phone. Jesus.
Oh, never mind. Maybe this is bringing the show.
Check out the one with the butt drug people. Give me
All
that
right. You know what? Hey, he's still there.
He is still here.
Bring Justin over here. We can talk Justin for a minute.
Come on, talk. You're in the mic.
What do you mean he's on the mic?
Hey, Justin.
Can you hear
There
us,
he
Justin?
is.
Because
Can you hear him?
just get over here. So Justin, can you hear us now?
Hey, Justin, it's Chad. I'm here.
Oh, yeah, I hear you.
Cool,
All
man.
right.
What's
So
going on?
what?
What's going on?
So what is this concept of the cool music reviews that you came up with? Is it the music that's supposed to be cool or
the
your
review.
review?
The reviews.
Well, I'm glad you asked that question. It's a combination of both, like me being a cool person because I am very cool,
Good night.
and then also just finding like cool music that's out there that people may not know about. So I wanted to put together two like elements of coolness to provide an outlet that would provide a place for people who are not as cool to learn about such cool things.
Are you trying to get back into wrestling again, Justin?
Why?
I mean, Stormtroopers was deaf. Nobody's ever heard of them.
Are you trying?
Good.
Are you trying to repair the void in cool that you created with Cat Bathroom?
Damage control.
I'm just a guy. Hey, I'm just a guy who is trying to make a living reviewing cool music. You know, making cool music videos.
Have you ever heard any of Chuck Kleinsmith's work?
No, is it good? You have to
Very cool.
email.
He's a classic pianist.
If we send you some of Chuck Kleinsmith's,
Would you review
work,
that?
Would you review it?
Yeah, of course I would. I would spend time and listen to it in my basement, where that's where I do most of my video work, as you could probably tell.
So how's the?
Listen to
Well,
it,
that's
and I
fine.
would make sure that I get you a really cool music review for it.
Hey, so are you still at Magoobies, and who do they have coming up?
Yeah, I still am at Magoobies. I work there a lot, actually, but I recently...
How is the valet business there?
What now?
Do you guys make a lot of money being valets?
Yeah, I make a lot of money.
Really?
Oh, you mean working there? No, like it's hourly. It's not a lot of money, but you get. It's good for networking. Like I meet a lot of people.
Yeah, no
It's
doubt.
really awesome, and like I get to watch comedy shows for free, so that's pretty cool.
There's nothing wrong with that. Why don't you give us a little Pauly Shore?
What about Pauly Shore? I got him to call your hotline. Did you guys get the message from him?
We actually used it on the intro today.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. You're really coming through.
That's not a problem. You know, Pauly Shore is a great guy. I told him about your podcast, and he was like, "Hey, buddy, no problem. I would love to help you out." So, yeah, it was my pleasure.
Well, how did you find the cop stabbers?
They're just a band from DC that I've heard about. They sent me an
DC?
email, and they said, "Hey, could you please put us on your awesome show, Cool Music Reviews with Justin Jones?" And I said, "Yes, I can." And I thought that song, "Butt Drugs," was a really great song.
All right, we're gonna find this.
So yeah, it's Justin. I love that. I thought that was like so. I never heard it before. I've never heard anything like that before. But do you
Hey, Bryant, why don't you pull up some cop stabbers instead of
What do you
showing
have?
me what time it is?
Gotcha.
what do you have to plug, Justin? Who's going to be at Magoobies? I mean, how can our fans get a hold of you? Get ready.
Well, I'm glad you asked. First of all, if anyone is interested in having something reviewed on Cool Music Reviews, you can email coolmusicreviews@gmail.com. Cool Music Reviews on Twitter now. It's Cool Reviews. So if anyone wants to friend or tweet or whatever the fuck it's called, you can do that. And then for me, you know, I'm on Twitter at @JustinJones. I'm actually working on my comedy album. I've been doing a lot of writing. My album, I'm the Wesley Willis of comedy, should be out in the next year or so.
Actually, wow, Justin, that's actually a great name for an album.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of am like the Wesley Willis of comedy because I'm
Yeah.
mentally ill, and my comedy is not very good. So.
Well, but you need a fiasco.
I do.
But
I do.
you know, Justin.
I need to.
We talked about you doing some writing for the show. You are our head writer.
Yeah, and I've been trying real hard, but you know, I've had some issues recently with
Cool music?
medication, and
Gout.
I've been having some problems. And,
Sexual perversion.
I've been
Cat
cutting a lot,
boxes.
so I'm sorry. I've been trying to get better, but I promise that I will write some more stuff.
Or write some stuff. You haven't wrote any
Oh
stuff.
no, he's wrote some stuff. We got some stuff.
I haven't gotten any stuff.
Would you? Well,
Well,
Yeah, well, I don't know. I've been doing a lot of research, like in my basement. I've been down there just kind of like looking around for stuff to write about for you, and I'm finding all kinds of interesting stuff. I think you're really gonna like it.
So can you tell everybody where you're going to be at in the next for this weekend or upcoming dates? Because we want our listeners to know. Magoobies is a big deal, man. Anybody passes through there. But where are you going to be at?
yeah, Bobcat Goldthwait.
I'm gonna be at probably like the Fishhead Cantina Monday night. Fishhead Cantina in Arbutus.
Arbutus, Walt Ostrowski's home.
Wrestling fans.
Are you gonna be doing chappies?
As being the bar, it's right across the street from where Bone Breakers used to be.
Oh.
Right? Yeah, I know. Walt Ostrowski plays there a lot. Correct?
Keep him on line.
I believe so. So I'll be performing there Monday night. You could also check me out at the Sidebar Tavern. I'll be there not this Monday, but the next Monday coming up, doing a show there, a benefit show for an autistic kid who's really slow. He has a lot of issues because he's autistic, and he's having a lot of problems, like identifying with the world. So we're just trying to raise some money for him. So if people want to come and like give money.
Did you say he's had problems identifying with the world?
Yeah, he has a lot of problems. I think it's because he's autistic or something.
Oh.
But if anyone wants to come and like,
Yeah, I know.
donate money,
If they want to come and donate money and be part of it, that's all fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's on the spectrum.
well, you know, did he plug the event? We have a time frame here. Did you put a date?
I know you guys are really busy. I mean, I got so many shows coming up. I'll be in Yonkers, in North Yonkers.
All right, give us the next 2 days of dates. We ain't got all day.
Justin, as you know, When we.
Anyway, check out my stuff on YouTube at One Fox.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Check out all my awesome videos.
Justin, me and the co-executive producer checked him out last night, and I was a big fan. Now, I'll be honest, he wasn't a big fan. Hey, don't you remember when we played that game Too Soon with you before?
Yeah. Every time we have you on.
Remember that? No, not every time we have you on. Don't you remember the first time we tried it out with you?
Yeah.
Okay, Paul Walker, go!
I don't know what's happening right now. Sorry, I'm hearing all kinds of things.
He said, Paul Walker, go.
Paul Walker? Oh, yeah, Paul Walker. I'm sorry. Oh, the guy who just died. Yeah.
He thought about it
It's kind
now.
of interesting that he died because he's in those movies about Fast and Furious, but I think it was all some kind of promotional stunt. That they're actually the new movie, Fast and Furious 7.
Promotion stunts. That was actually a good line, stupid. That was pretty funny.
So it's all promotional, and Fast and Furious 7, when zombies steal cars, is going to be crazy.
Oh, you're done. You're done.
There's your 30 seconds.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds.
Nice job, Justin. Thank you very much for being on the show, buddy.
Zombies, damn, that's going to be real good. That was going to keep going, but all right.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds, but you actually turned it out that you had a gem going on there.
I don't know.
It's all promotional.
Thanks for the 30 seconds. It's time to go. We'll talk to you later, Justin.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling.
Oh, thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for
All right, bye.
We love you.
Whatever. It's all fantastic.
Oh, my gosh, dude. So we got the 30 seconds, but he killed 8 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, but it's 30 seconds. You took. Oh, what?
I had no idea. You were as bad as Brian over there with your... I can't figure out what the hell you're trying to say.
Because I wanted to be the one that let him into the Too Soon.
Just talk to me.
Well, I tried to, and you're gonna hear it. When you're gonna hear it, when it makes it down, when I go, "Are you gonna do it, or am I gonna do it? Are you gonna do
Well,
it?"
I knew we were going to do Too Soon.
But I wanted to do it.
You wanted to do it?
To do it.
We should let Doug do it.
Doug.
Ladies and gentlemen, it was great having Dip and Doug in the studio today.
It's an hour.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
We have a studio audience of one, and he wouldn't even sit on the bar stool, which he's accustomed of passing out on.
I know.
Yeah, we're okay, Doug. We don't
Yeah,
need
we're good. I mean, why does everybody show me time?
He's the official timekeeper.
I mean, there's time right here. We have time right in front of us. I look at it constantly. Is this Brian's idea?
The co-executive.
Oh, my
producer.
God, Brian.
Oh, you know what?
Why don't you do what we ask you to do? Enough with your your stupid ideas.
I can go on for days about Brian now. I actually have enough in one day that I can go on for days about it.
Has he called Tom Myers back?
No, he hasn't.
Oh, no, but he told Doug to do a stopwatch.
How about this? The motherfucker is so lazy that when we came home from the NOFX show, he told me that he didn't want to let Mocha out because he was afraid that if Mocha ran out, he couldn't chase it because you didn't leave a leash, and he can't leave the yard because he's under house arrest.
Why, how would Mocha get out of the yard? He's 90 years old.
He's trying to put him outside to go to the pee, and he goes, well, if he took off, I couldn't chase him.
Why is Brian running around looking under pillows? What are you doing?
Looking for material.
He's looking for material.
Yeah, well. Only material you got, Brian.
Are you telling me you have notes somewhere?
I have notes. Well, Chris, you know, 13 years.
Hold on, Brian.
Wait.
All right.
At least let's start out by saying it's from the heart.
It's from the heart. It's from the heart. All right, guys.
Oh, you
All
have
right,
something you want to
listeners.
say to me?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Well, at 13 years, your dog's been alive, and you couldn't teach the dog to fucking sit? Come on, man. And another thing, you didn't bring dog food, all right? Yeah. And your dog's diet consists of, while I was feeding them, is nachos, crackers, hot dogs, stuffing from Thanksgiving, meatloaf that Renee brought back, pizza, grilled cheese, a piece of cheese, 4 bowls of cat food.
You don't have to yell. Go ahead.
He's hyperventilating.
I know.
Hold on. And then he would drink the cat's water and drip all over the floor, which I had to clean up.
Wow.
I was waiting for the joke. I'm sorry.
And you know what, Chris?
Yeah.
I'm tired of
no,
you.
I don't know what.
Oh no! Oh,
Real quick, real
you're
quick,
tired
real
of
quick.
something.
this could be from
Yeah.
the heart. All right.
Yeah,
All right,
this,
good.
this is from the heart.
That I didn't help him right.
You know what, Chris?
You have
I'm
a
tired of you leaving to your girlfriend and not burning me a copy of the code, of the show.
What? You're telling me what?
Wait.
Leaving to my girlfriend?
No, yeah. You know what, Chris?
Okay.
I'm tired of you leaving
Uh-huh.
to go to your girlfriend
Uh-huh.
and not bringing me a copy of the show. As a co-executive producer, I have to review the show. And the show don't go up to Monday, so the time I have to review it is when the show's already aired. And I just think it's bullshit, dude. How the fuck am I supposed to be the co-executive producer? And you didn't give me a chance to review it.
I thought you were looking for material.
Nah, dude, this ain't material. This is just...
This is you're venting.
Right.
He's the
How am I supposed to review it as a co-executive producer and you don't give me a chance to review it?
His
You're-
job
Well-
is to review it.
You know what, Brian? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
So this
And,
week,
and I promise you, as soon as you're confident, I will do that.
I'm confident just this week.
confident.
Right. This week, burn me a copy so I can review the show.
Do we
That's
have
all I'm saying.
do we have a tap rhythm?
I think Brian summed it all up. He wants this job so bad that he's willing to do a whole lot more nothing than HUD. He's gonna out HUD instead of saying.